Vanderbilt coming in this weekend, arguably best team in the country, so it'll be a great challenge for us. And we've had a good week of practice, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, raise your hand. We got Mike. Let's start with Colin.
Is there an update on TJ Shook? I guess what's his availability this weekend?
Yeah, not good. TJ was evaluated by the doctors and has re-aggravated a back injury from high school, and most likely will miss the rest of the season.
Front here, Rick.
Mark, since it's been such a long season for everyone, how do you keep the guys focused on what you have left to do this year instead of maybe saying, man, I can't wait for this season to be over, let's get to next season, hit the reset button?
Yeah, I think you've got to try to keep perspective for them. You still remind them how fortunate we all are to be a part of this program. You remind them of the proud tradition of this program, and you still have to respect the game, you have to respect the program, and you have to give it an honest day's work every day to show up, whether it's practice or a game. Our job is to give an honest day's work and effort and try to win that day, period. There's no excuses for anything otherwise.
Go back with Joe.
Coach, I know you're not one to make excuses, but just how frustrating has it been, especially when you look at the pitching staff? Shook's just another one to really be dealt an injury this year. It just seems like you guys have been battling shorthanded the whole season.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating for everybody, for coaches, players, fans, administration, everybody. It's frustrating. But again, how you handle adversity, I think, says a lot about you. So our job through the great times and through the tough times is to try to handle it in the right way, and we'll continue to do that.
Go to your left, Ben.
I guess kind of what are the things that you can learn about a team and about these guys, going through the last 3-4 weeks of a season, and especially in a series like this against a strong opponent?
I just think going through this season and some of the struggles just reiterate all the things that you already know, but when you have to learn them up close and personal, it just reemphasizes the need for a lot of veteran presence on your team. Experience really matters in this league. Depth really matters in this league. And high-end talent really matters in this league. You've got to have everything to be good in this league. And so if you don't have some of those pieces, then you're going to struggle. And that's what's happened to us. The injury bug has hit us. And so it reiterates that you've got to have a certain type of pitching, certain type of hitting, certain type of athlete, certain type of defense. And you have to have some good fortune as well to have things go your way in this league. We've been fine outside the league, but inside the league, it's a different animal. And so it's exposed some of our weaknesses, and it reminds you everything that has to be put into a program to be successful in the best league in America.
Mark, when did you find out about Logan transferring, and did he tell you why?
Yeah, that was last week. This was an ongoing process. And last week we arrived at a mutual decision that it would be in his best interest to evaluate options.
In the middle here, Greg.
Coach, going up against a team like Vandy that you said might be one of the best in the country, when you see how you stack up, is it a chance to get to evaluate maybe some players we haven't seen as much throughout the season?
Yeah. You'll probably see Seitler out there in the outfield a little bit, and there's maybe one or two other guys that will get a little bit more playing time than what we're used to. Because again, we need to figure out what we have as well. Some guys have gotten more at-bats than others to varying levels of success, and so we may get a couple more guys some opportunities and see what they're made of.
Go back, Joe.
Coach, just making changes to the Friday rotation went behind the decision to start Daniel Lloyd for tomorrow against Vanderbilt, and why do you think the rotation stacks up the best that way against Vanderbilt?
Yeah, a couple things. Obviously, with Shook now being out, that opened up a spot with us not having a Tuesday game this week, and having some success with that format against the North Carolinas and the NC States. Kind of go and start Danny Lloyd, but also get other guys in the game. We've had some success with that, so we thought let's give that a shot on Friday, and then go Reed Morgan. And obviously TBA is announced, but if Tringali is not used, it would most likely be him on Sunday.
To your left, Colin.
Honoring Earl Bass this weekend, just how important is it for you guys to honor your history? And are there any other guys that you'd like to see their jerseys retired? Yeah,
tremendously important to honor the history of this program. I think baseball, of all our sports, has such a great tradition in this country. You know, you think about the great teams in the major leagues, and you think about the great traditions. Baseball has been around for a long time and has been important to this university, to this country. So I think honoring the traditions of the people that have played our sport is very important. And Earl Bass obviously is one of the best that's ever played here. And so it's great to see his honoring this weekend. His family will be here, so it's very important to us. And I think there's a ton of other guys that will be next in line, a ton. So just a matter of you know, getting that in front of the council and who do they want it to be next. But there's a long line of people that deserve to be honored from this program.
Questions for Coach?
All right, thank you, everybody.
Coach.
Yeah, real quick. Moving target.
Yeah, moving target. I know the odds might be stacked against you this week against Vanderbilt, but if this team does manage to put together a series of a couple good games and come away with a series win, what do you think it can do for the morale of this group?
Yeah, I think you're always trying to win the next game, and when you have success, it makes everybody feel better, and it's a little easier to come the next day to the park to get after it. So you're always looking for success, and it's a great team coming in, but it doesn't mean we can't play really, really well too. So the morale, you have to control. Most of that is controllable. You know, what you bring from within, what's your attitude. But when you have some success on top of that, it definitely builds on it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.